Angela, to bring you in, those battleground polls also show Donald Trump pulling in 19% support from black voters. That is actually triple what he got in 2020. What do you make of that? What is he doing right to win them over?
I don't make anything of these polls that are talking to imaginary black folks. I would love to know, for one, who they're talking to, because I've not seen.
So you think that they don't exist?
I think that they are, maybe, you know what, they might be the invisible man that Ralph Ellison talked about in his book. I don't know who these people are. There was a Trump ad that was released, I believe today, that's targeting black women voters. And there are these people who are, allegedly exist all throughout the country, and they're reading scripts. You can see their eye line going over here. And I think some of them might be paid to say some of these things. I'm not sure. But here's what I do know, Pam.
Several months later.
How do we grapple with the reality of what just happened?
I was hoping that we could kind of succinctly go through like the stages of grief, because they have been so extreme. And I think that there are so many people at home, including just based on that question, who can relate to that. I've gone from deep sadness and depression, like Andrew mentioned. I was waking up in the middle of the night going, like, is this real? And then I went through denial, which was like, okay, clearly this thing was stolen. Who did he steal votes from last time he was looking for votes?
Boy. It seems as if some people they're still not over the fact that their DEI queen, Kamala Harris, lost in a landslide to Trump, right? They're still not over it. They're still coping with the reality of the fact that Trump is going to be the president again. But the honest to God truth, what they're really upset about is that their grift is over, right? Specifically the race hustlers, okay? Because the Democrat Party, they're doing a whole lot of soul searching right now, right? And I guarantee you, the people at the top of the Democrat Party are wondering, what the hell do we do with these progressive lunatics, right? These race hustlers who have turned off so much of the American public, right? That's one thing that this election was a referendum on, which is identity politics, okay? The American people have rejected woke, racial, gendered, sexual, trans, whatever you want to call it, identity politics. And the grifters whose careers depend on that, yeah, they're really, really, really not having a good time right now, because the Democrat Party may dump these people, right? And if the Democrat Party dumps these people, then, hey, they're going to have a hard time making money, right? They're going to have a hard time getting by. And the grifter that we have to talk about here today is Miss Angela Rye, who is boohoo whining and crying. Okay, she's going to break down in tears because she still doesn't know what to do, right, after Kamala Harris lost. And one thing I can say is that it probably didn't help leading up to the election for this woman to play the race game when it came to politics, right? Like, for example, telling white people that if Kamala loses, it's going to be their fault and that they better show up to the polls to vote to save democracy.
Former President Obama was back out last night. This is the first time since he was in Pittsburgh, and invoked the potential of sexism in his appeal to black men to support the vice president. Angela, should there be a course correction? Because there was so much backlash to that framework, was it a mistake for the former president to say what he did or to say it publicly? What was your assessment of what we heard from former President Obama?
You know, I think that it's wonderful that President Obama is out hitting the trail for democracy, frankly. And what I think is a mistake is to let white folks escape the accountability that they must face for not showing up to save democracy themselves. Like, they want to get mad at presidential candidates, right, when they don't wear a flag lapel pin or they don't see you pledging allegiance to the flag. That's what they want to get upset about. Now, the face of patriotism to them looks like trying to tear down the Capitol in a terrorist attack on January 6, 2021. So the responsibility of saving democracy should be on the largest demographic in this country. That is white men and white women. What I want to see is for them to march themselves to the polls, including today.
Yeah. So how did that work out, right? I don't think that worked out well. I don't think that telling white people, demanding that they go and march themselves to the polls, you got to vote to save democracy, or else everything is your fault in regards to Trump winning. Something just told me that maybe that's not a winning strategy, right? It's not a winning strategy, okay? This overt racial identity politics is not a winning strategy. So, again, next time one of these woke commentators, right, like, for example, a Kyle Kalinske, next time he comes out here and talks about Kamala didn't run a woke campaign. She didn't run on wokeness, right? Just point to these individuals, right? Because these individuals speak for Kamala Harris. They speak for the Democrat Party, right? Kamala may not have said anything this election cycle, right? She may have been running away from it, but her surrogates were not, right? They were diving deep into the identity politics, okay? And hey, I would argue that these people are responsible for the fact that the Democrat Party lost, right? They're very responsible, and they know it too.
I do think that we have some soul searching to do because there are a bunch of us. I label myself as a progressive. I don't really hold a party label. And there are a lot of reasons. And I'm very concerned that the way that progressive people are being talked about within the Democratic Party is damn near violent right now.
Yeah. So again, the writing is on the wall, right? The writing is on the wall for these people. It really is. Okay. They're about to get dumped big time. Okay. And that is where the tears are actually coming from. Okay. Which leads me to this little clip right here, feature Angela Ree breaking down in tears after being asked about the future of this irrelevant podcast, right? The Native Land podcast, which has her, Tiffany Cross, who is irrelevant, and Andrew Gillum, who also is irrelevant. She's going to break down in tears thinking about her future, okay? Because she knows what's coming. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I'm very emotional. I think that I feel the obligation. I feel frustrated, honestly, with myself because I spent so much time over the last couple of weeks just focusing on the half that I hate right now, like the half of the country that I despise. And I'm frustrated about that because you don't get understanding through frustration and hate. And I think that what I feel guilty about is knowing that there's an obligation to a whole other half, you know, of the country, and feeling like there has to be a conversation, you know, a come to Jesus, as they say, with so many people because we are really not on the same page. And I am at a loss at this point for how to get there. And so I think you guys know I'm fiercely competitive over all kinds of ridiculous things. But what I really don't like to do is I don't mind saying I don't know. I don't mind admitting I don't know. I hate not knowing for an extended period of time and feeling like the overwhelm of I don't know where to turn to find the answer, right? Like, I don't even know if at this point people will be honest about their reasons for voting for the other side, or if they'll be honest about who they really voted for, because they probably know us or have seen us and wouldn't feel comfortable telling us the truth. So where do you go to solve an I don't know when you're not even confident that people will be honest with you?
Well, this is an easy question to answer. You got to look within yourself. Listen to this woman. This woman is miserable. This is a modern progressive woman in her mid-40s. I don't know if she's married or not, but if she is, God bless her husband, right? God bless her husband if she's married. That poor man, okay? But I don't think that she is, and I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if she's not, right? Because, again, you know, women like this going to have a hard time, right? Don't no man want to deal with this. Like, imagine dealing with this on a daily basis. Again, impossible. But the Democrats, they lack the ability to self-reflect. She's trying to point the fingers at everybody else. The side of the country she hates, right? She just said it. I hate them. I hate Trump supporters, right? This is what she said, right? This is what she said. I hate those people. That's the problem. You have hate and vitriol in your heart. And until you get rid of that hate and vitriol, you're never going to come to an understanding. You're never going to find the answers because that hatred is blocking your ability to self-reflect. As long as you hate the other side and you think that they're wrong, that something's wrong with them, then you can't see that actually something's wrong with you, right? You're the problem. I'm just saying. The woke racial identity politics that these people thrive on is a poison within the Democrat Party. And I guarantee you, the top levels of leadership in the Democrat Party are currently brainstorming how to get rid of these individuals. How do we break off from these people without hurting our party too much? I guarantee you those are the conversations that are happening behind closed doors. Now, can they actually do it? I don't know. I don't know if they can actually pull it off. But those are the conversations. And a lot of these people know that their careers, their livelihoods, their race hustle is on the chopping block because the Democrats went all in on these types of individuals at the ground level. And what did it get them? Trump won more minority votes than any Republican president since the civil rights era. Okay, Trump has been the most successful Republican when it comes to so-called minorities. So clearly, the victimhood minority coalition of the Democrat Party, at least the elites within the party, right? The propagandists, clearly they're not doing a good job, right? Clearly something's wrong because the minorities are leaving the Democrat plantation, right? They're leaving in droves, okay? They're escaping. And individuals like her whole assignment is to keep those people on the plantation. But she's failed, right? She's failed. This operative has failed. And she knows she's failed. And this is what she's really crying about. She's crying because her career is over, right? She already was irrelevant. But now they definitely are not going to be coming to people like her. She will not be getting any of these kind of advisory positions when it comes to the campaigns. I think that she was like a part of the Congressional Black Caucus in some type of advisory position or something like that. That stuff is done, right? It's done. It's done. Because these people are toxic. They're toxic to the Democrat Party. And they're not going to change. They're never going to change. They're always going to recommend the Democrats double and triple down on identity politics. That's what they're going to recommend. And again, the top of the Democrat Party, the leadership knows that, yeah, that's actually part of the reason why we lost.
You know what I mean? And it's like the weight of that. We were in our group chat earlier, and I'm sorry if I'm flailing. I'm trying to make sense.
You make sense.
We were in our group chat earlier. And by the way, group chats are now triggering to me because I feel like are we just another echo chamber where we're in our own bubble because now we're all getting off Twitter because now Twitter is going to be the hellscape. And now who are we going to talk to beyond our bubbles because we all think at least similar, maybe not the same, but similar. Anyway, I digress. My point is we were in a group chat earlier and there's this conversation about if the Rainbow Coalition essentially is a thing. Like, are we going to all be able to come together as people of color and do the damn thing? And the conversation was like, no, I don't think it's a thing. And I can't lose that hope. Like, if we lose that hope, we don't have a path, y'all. Like, we really don't. If we cannot figure out how to be in coalition, in solidarity on multiple challenges, on multiple fronts, for multiple policy issues, we are f***ed.
Yeah.
We are. Like, there's not a nice way for me to say, Dad, sorry, I had to cuss it. There's no other way for me to explain it. We are f***ed if there's no coalition, if there is no coming together for a larger group. There is no path to victory. And I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose.
That's real.
AKA the race hustle is over, right? The grift is up, right? The Rainbow Coalition, it can't be over. The race hustle can't be over, right? Yo, I love liberal tears, man. I love liberal tears. Okay, it's my favorite drink. I mean, there you have it, folks. Code, what she actually really saying is that if the Rainbow Coalition falls apart, then there's no place for people like her, because her whole career is based off race and identity politics. And that has been thoroughly rejected by the American people. So therefore, they have to keep the Rainbow Coalition alive, or else what are they going to do? All these people got, like the Roland Martins, all they got is the black stuff, the blackity black stuff. Take away the blackity black stuff, right? Take that away. What do they got? What do they got? Nothing, right? They don't have anything to offer. Take away the identity politics, the victimhood. They have nothing to offer whatsoever. And they know it. They know it. This is why they're panicking, right? This is why they're breaking down in tears, boo-hoo, whine, and cry, right? Because, hey, these people have proven to be more trouble than they're worth. And it is what it is. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.